Hello. Hello. Have to like prep stuff because I'm professional. Don't mind the tiles. Just Bnuy. Just Bnuy. I honestly have no idea why I just like went with the title Bnuy. I just thought it was, I thought about it the other day. I'm like, yes, Bnuy. Yes, that's the title. Bnuy. Just have a little Bnuy. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with a Bnuy. There's nothing wrong. I hope things are working. Why? Okay. Why did my iPad just like scared me? Let me switch the thing over to gaming. Oh, I need to get rid of the no. Get rid of that. Get out of here. I'm gonna like have to add my PNG thing, my PNG tuber, because there's gonna be like, it's cinematic, kind of cinematic stuff. People gonna be freaking talking. I'm gonna let them yap. I'm gonna let them what let them cook when we do this. Playing like. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just rambling. I'm Rambly the raccoon. Wait, what day is it? It's Saturday? Is it? I think? It's Saturday. It's Great Ace Attorney Thursday, but on a Saturday. Yippee! Where's the GIF? I need that GIF. I need that GIF. That GIF peanut butter. Great. I forgot I had one of these screenshots, and like that's probably gonna be shown. Probably not in this stream, but at some point. It's in this case. I'll say that much. Found it. I found the thing. Let me save video as. I don't know why it's saved as an MP4, but whatever. That's fine. Where's the squam? It's Great Ace Attorney Thursday, but on this Saturday! Yippee! I need to get rid of the media source. Hide. There's no audio to this. It's just a freaking GIF, but for some reason downloads a MP4. Everyone, like, I would be playing Hollow Knight, but I kind of suck at it, so I want to take a break. So we're playing the Great Ace Attorney. Especially since this is my other favorite case, especially with one of my favorite characters in the game. And we're also going to be reintroduced to a character we've seen before. Yippee. I'm not gonna start. Nope. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Ah! Get rid of the media source. Get rid of me. I don't want me. I forgot I had this. Herlock jump scare. I should have just like popped him up like every so often in my Hollow Knight thing. Just have like a really faded like 1% opacity Herlock Sholmes just there. Now that's absolute cinema. Whatever, just keep it up on here. No one's gonna see this, but like... God, his stupid face. He's so autistic. I was about to say, I don't think I ever met, like... Wait. Brain. Brain just exploded. Brain implosion energy. 10,000 grams. No. 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 Frick. No. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out of the freaking brain rot. No. But not the great Ace Attorney brain rot. Or Ace Attorney in general. When did this... This game came out in 2015, but the whole Chronicles and everything put in English was 2021. When is Ace Attorney 7? Capcom, please. Alright. Let me drink. Get some hydration. Hydration check. Okay. Load game. The Return of the Great Departed Soul. Very confusing why I put Bnuy here, but it's fine, it's fine. Do I have everything? I know I have the chat still up because I don't want to forget that's there. Same with the stream stuff. But for some reason, actually, wait, I need, first I need to check this real quick. Okay, now I hear it. No one named... The fact that the thing said Badgers is following, I'm like the whole freaking Blue Badger family, like it just seems like the whole, like a bunch of Badgers just followed me. Do I need anything else? Is there anything else I need to do before I freaking start this? Let me double check. I don't think so. I am doing this early, like, well, I say early. It's way early. At 12, since later we might get pizza, but I don't know when that is, so, but I don't know when later is. Later is later. Let's freaking go. Let's see what I'm on about. What am I yapping?
The grand end of the century great exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself, brought the truth to light.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people.
I'm sorry, just like, look at them up there. God, that's intimidating.
The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
Hold on, I need to like... Real quick, I'm sorry to...
Horse-drawn carts will give way to the motor car.
No,
Ships
shut your...
will sprout wings and take to the skies.
Oh dear God. No, wait. Nope. Nope. Okay.
And today, we showcase even more advanced technology. A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
He's just like, look at this. Holy frick, I made something good. Let this man cook.
A man will literally be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location. Whereupon his body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as it was before. In but a few moments from now,
His goofy owl walk.
this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the Crystal Tower behind you! This one! Yes! Woo! Yes! No! Please! That's not what I wanted!
A man has died, in at Hyde Park. Send in the helicopter. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Bruno, are you listening? Sorry, what was that, Iris? What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast? No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again? Today's paper! It's full of news about the Great Exhibition again! Ah, yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime. You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley? Hmm? Did you say something, Iris? Oh, now he's depressed. Sholmes is back. Hold on. Oh gosh, you're even more down. You're even more down. Depressed Herlock is back. Okay. What? Oh! When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I, thought you might have known I was here. You know, because breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, for example, your tousled hair this your tousled hair this morning, with all its unruly spikes. Could it be deduced therefore that... let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this. It always has. Ever since we first met, in fact. Oh really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like that haircut as... Look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. 6 months? Since I was forbidden from working in court. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned. Oh, well, that would explain why you've seemed rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley? Did you say something, Iris? Ah, back to moping. What's got you so down in the dumps? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me. I almost thought my phone was ringing. I know! And the Great Exhibition has opened! You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go to see it together? I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from. Is that it? I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley. I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. I can't move. Let me go. Let's see what's on the board with Iris today. Oh god, it's a cat. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I need to put on my, the charms. The charms. And the PD tuber. Yay! Oh, trip. I forgot the tiny Yugo there. Okay. Board. Let's see what's on the board today. Yes, this is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris? What's in the melting pot today? The blue carbuncle. Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago. The theft of a precious stone. A carbuncle is another name for a garnet, you see, especially if it's cut with a rounded top. Oh, really? And this garnet was blue, was it? Well, that's the thing. They're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered. Oh. So who knows what the stolen gemstone actually was? That's the real mystery of the case. A proper Sherlock Holmes conundrum, huh? Oh god, I gotta do this, the scientist. I gotta do his voice. Sholmes, why you depressed? Why you have the big depression going on? Verse. Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. Like, yeah. During the course of the trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable, yet at the same time, unforgivable mistake. Words fail me. The situation is actually deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. I was told that I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing. You have, haven't you, Runo? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and the notes about Sholmes' old cases. Brewing Iris' special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant round here. Start on silverware next, Master Naruhodo. Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall. Lord Strongheart? Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could. And I can't do that just sitting around here. Wait, what do I have? Oh, I just have my armband. No one cares. No one cares about Kazuma. The Great Exhibition. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of arts and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching. Oh, do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons. Look down on... Do you mean those things... fly? Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air. But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. I can't understand it at all. That's true of a lot of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge. I suppose they might be. Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it though. I'd love to see how bad some of those scam experiments really are. Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries out some article or other about the Great Exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. Give this to me. Shadows cast behind? Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? Newspaper containing various articles about the world-leading science and technology on show at the Great Exhibition being held in London. Oh. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go see it properly before too long. I can't see anything. Alright, let's look at the back. Hey, yo! The lost cat! We need to find this kitty! So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Wait, what? What's the matter, Runo? The Reaper attacked? That's Lord Van Zeeks. Oh, you can like kind of read a little bit of what happened. London prosecutor Barrick Van Zeeks came under threat yet, I'm assuming again, heavily armed assailants, pistols the sight of his companion of blackguards, reporter to the police of the crimes. Bruno, get the frick out! I want to read! Lord Von Zeeks and compatriot cornered. Fiery ball gown sets dance hall ablaze. An evening of cordial dancing turned to a blazing ball last week when one of the lady attendees' dresses accidentally caught on fire. In her panic at the sudden appearance of flames at her feet, the lady, dashed madly about the whole of the... pursuing the ball, no fewer than 3... What the frick happened? French court hears glass eye case. The judge, Depakes Bnuy, was presented today with a most curious case of a lady who refused to pay her dues for the purchase of one glass eye. The whole affair began when Madame Pluyette. So I just saw Bluey. I'm like, wait a second. Hold up. Bluey? The defendant ordered the eye as a replacement for the natural eye she had lost. Upon its arrival, she found that she could see no more with it than she could before, and became insistent that the thought of paying for a deficient product. The judge attempted to reason with the madam with the endeavor proved to be this ultimate gas company, and then Massachusetts. What? I'm just reading the frickin' paper. This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? Ruffians aim to intimidate man of justice. Thus. Also, St. Bartholomew's Hospital Public Health Service. What do you mean the Reaper got attacked? The frick? Oh wait. That's the wrong thing. Okay, let me ask about... It says in the paper that Lord Von Zieks was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Beric Von Zieks. They say that if the Reaper is in the is the prosecutor in the case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminals rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Von Zieks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time. He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Von Zieks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know? Well, in the article here, it says, as to what of Lord Von Zieks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning's edition. I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Man got freaking attacked. I forgot to turn on my stream thing, whatever. Well, now it's on. Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add. That's not like you. What sort of case is it? Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. You're acting very strange, Hurley. What do you mean, Iris? Well, usually... The more mysterious and complicated the case is, the better Hurley's mood. Is it really a case that's bothering you? Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without an invitation. Remember what I always say. Put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. Do you... Yeah, that's what she's freaking doing. Don't gaslight. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes. Never mind. Once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. That was a deep sigh. Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. You really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard to follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Listen to him. He's still laughing on his way out the door. Alright then, Runa, let's get going. Oh, Iris, what are you wearing? I've got change into the great exhibition. You're going to take me. What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court. Oh, well, that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then. Alright, fine. Just lower that weapon, would you? Of course, and after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the great exhibition. We have... Iris, is that been added to your party? A new location's been added. What shall I make for breakfast tomorrow? Why don't I surprise you, Bruno? It's been 6 months now, hasn't it, since Susie went back to Japan? Since we have a pocket Iris with us, we will see what she has to say about the room. Actually, wait, converse. Oh, what to do? I'm so excited about the prospect of Naruhodo's Anything Consultancy opening for business again. Wait! Wait! Oh! That's not what it's called. It's Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. Oh my god. Phoenix, not Phoenix, right? Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I've done a lot of studying in these past 6 months, reading law texts and judicial precedents. I'm sure I'm a better lawyer now. Can't wait to start practicing again. Nothing's changed here at all, though, has it? It's as though time has stood still here since Susie went back to Japan. I wanted to keep it ready for Mr. Sato, in case she was able to return to Britain at any point. So I've just left everything the way it was. Oh, I see. Right. And there was me thinking it's just because of the way you are, Runo. You know, never bothering to tidy up, I mean. Iris, this isn't the time for the place to bring up my tidiness, or lack of it. Naruhodo Anything Consultancy. Holy frick, we're like predicting the future. There's like no music at all. It's so barren. It's Mr. Sato's desk. Suppose I won't get used now that she's gone back to Japan. Just have to wait here patiently for its old friend to return. Even now, I sometimes find myself pouring a cup of tea for Susie by mistake. That explains why I sometimes find a steaming cup on her desk here. It shocks me every time. But it's just one of your pranks, I see. It's no prank! I miss her! Oh. These guys gonna make me cry! Mr. Sato's tea said that she left here with me. I still think green tea is just too bitter, though. Thank goodness for sugar and milk. Mr. Chong certainly wasn't expecting the Astrid taste that one time. Never heard anyone let out a scream like that before, or see anyone fall down the stairs quite like that either. It always brings a smile to my lips when I'm feeling a little down. Ah, well, do you know that what that reminds me of? The day I gave you some black coffee when you weren't expecting it. You fell all the way down the stairs as well, didn't you, Runo? Yes. Do you think we could try to forget that, please, Iris? That doesn't bring a smile to my lips at all. Don't like green tea, don't like black coffee. Both Shomes and Rinosuke don't like frickin' bitterness. The office fade. Now that Mrs. Sato's gone, the shovelers aren't represented to correct me. Maybe I'll have to do it myself. That's not a spade, Miss Naruhodo. It's a shovel. Ah, so you're a spader, are you, Runo? What, you want to battle it out? Alright, I'm not going to argue with a native English speaker who has some kind of gun. The kettle's gently simmering away there on the top of the stove as usual. It was kind of Mrs. Sato to send that Japanese tea. You really like it, don't you, Iris? But for me, it's the sound of the stove and burbling kettle I like the most. Inviting winter mornings. And it feels even cozier in here when the delightful Iris pours the tea for me. I really couldn't imagine without the wonderful young girl. Oh, Runo, it's so sweet of you to say so. Stop putting words in my mouth, please, Iris. Now, at first glance, my desk here might look as though it's in a mess. However, it's not in a mess at all. Everything is exactly where I want it to be. But whenever Mrs. Sato looked at it, she'd put her hands on her hips and say, "Oh dear." Her way of saying that I should make it a more orderly and neat mess. I miss that. You sound just like Hurley, you know. He says the same about his mess. It's the kind of logic that transcends international borders, obviously. Y'all are so much alike than you think. Ah yes, the Daruma doll I brought with me from Japan. I always intend to color in the other eye once I'd become a fully fledged lawyer. But still winking at me, like it's trying to say, I can wait, take as long as you need. Or maybe not. Just have to keep on doing the best I can, I suppose. I could color in it for you, Runo. Just that one eye, is it? No, it needs to be done with a bit of ceremony, Iris. It's not just a toy for coloring in, you know. Like, we respect the Daruma doll. Look at the prawns and anemones gently swaying around the tank. Regular cleaning, some food, and fresh seawater is all they need. And some conversation, of course. Seems like a lot of effort at first, but it's worth it. Starting to be able to tell what they're thinking. Funny to think that so many people in London had aquariums like this once, when they were in vogue. You'd never expect to find sea anemones in the middle of the capital. I think I'll have to name them soon. Oh no, Runo's disappeared! What? Ah, I expect he's been eaten by Hurley. I think I'd prefer it if you didn't use your imagination more when naming the sea life. Don't mess with the sea life. See you later, Stinky. No, I want the history. What's the... What if I just posted like the quotes? I never did see what Mr. Sato's room looks like. I could go in now, of course. but I don't dare. They say a young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets. Although from the laughter I used to hear when you would visit, I imagine it was mainly sweet. Oh, we used to have such fun in Susie's room. She'd tell me all sorts of interesting things about your country, you know. Aww. They're a family. I love this game. I'm like crying. I'm like about to tear up. Because I love this game. And I love these characters that they introduce you to and you get attached. No, I think a visit to this place could be a good idea. The office of Lord Chief Justice Strongheart in Britain's great capital city, London. Its grand stone architecture and echoey tick of the vast cogwheels lends it an air of authority. We are in it now, I think. Let me just... I love this game. It's gonna make me cry. I've already cried with this game once. Ah, frick this. Birds! It's been about 6 months now since I was last here, but some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. Doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there. Did she just take one of the books? Oh, I love this place! I always find so many interesting books here! Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. Ah, frick you! You look like Damon Gant! So therefore, I do not like you. Oh, Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well. Let's see, since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies. Oh, no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around and staring into space. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Mail Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime, and furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As for the hosting nation, I have much to do, and it is in my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens. Bruno, just take a deep breath and come out with it. You want to see my badge? Hey, it's been a while since we've been here. Let's take a look. You couldn't read all these books even if you were reincarnated 3 times over as a bookworm. Oh, I know, it's so much reading material. I'm very envious. I've really been running out of things to read recently. That's because you read so fast. Perhaps little by little I could swap some of the books here with some of mine from home. I don't see why not. No one would notice, or at least I wouldn't, even if I was reincarnated 3 times over as a librarian. Oh, I've just had a great idea! What is it? We could hide inside these suits of armor and spy on the fob watchmaster to find out what he's really like. I don't have much interest in what Lord Strongheart is really like, though. Oh, please, it would be fun! You could be inside the left one and I'll go in the right. You really want to have a go in a suit of armor, don't you? Now you're making fun of me because I'm a child, aren't you? I wasn't making fun of you at all. I'd like to have a go too. Iris is a bad influence on you. Oh. I just want to look around and see what's up. The Lord Chief Justice's desk. When you look at that, there's no mistaking Lord Strongheart's authority, is there? But the lights from that window behind is far too bright. It would be very bad for the eyes. I hadn't thought of that. There are no curtains, that's for sure. What's more important? Having the desk with an air of authority or having eyes that work? I can't say I'd ever consider it. After all, my little office barely has any light to speak of, and I haven't really seen my desk in a while. I think that's more so with your stinking desk being covered in papers and books. Cogs of the giant clocks are keeping time as usual with their steady rhythmical motion. It's really quite disturbing how little sound they make considering their massive size. Someone very brilliant must have designed it, and whoever maintains it must be very talented too. But I'm not entirely convinced it's even a clock. What? But why about the huge clock face that forms the window over there? Some people just make machines that move for the fun of it, because they enjoy watching them. Rather like how Hurley makes his rambling deductions just for the fun of it. Even if the outcome isn't quite right. Never mind all the trouble it gets others into along the way. That's why he needs someone there to freaking keep him in his lane. Keep his brain, like, on the track, because it just goes off the rails. By the way, Lord Strongheart, about this. The symbol of a defense lawyer in the Japanese judiciary. Oh, I didn't expect you to know that. We never accept foreign students before this researching the legal system of their home countries. But such trinkets are merely for show. The only true measure of your worth is your performance in court. Yes, right. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? Reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition. Of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. Oh, wait, we can read this now. London's top prosecutor Barrick von Zieg's life came under threat yet again as a group of heavily armed assailants brandishing large knives and pistols ambushed him last night. The sight of the Reaper of the Bailey and his companion valiantly keeping the mob of blackguards at bay was captured by this reporter, who then rushed straight away to the police to report this most heinous of crimes. That's really impressive how, like, the guy didn't somehow get shot or stabbed or whatever. As host of the Great Exhibition, the cities of London can ill afford to have such brutal acts of violence occurring in the streets, and the Lord Chief Justice's office is sure to have response to this latest incident. As to Lord von Zieks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition. Also, what? Skeleton captures bumbling burglar. What trip? Hold on. I need to like... You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Hold on, it's just... Bam, 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 bam. Okay, that's all I wanted. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Poor Mr. Reaper, what happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he? There's no need for concern. Lord von Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. I am not meaning to click that. What the fudge? Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you, it does. Strangely. Weirdly enough, this does concern me. All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition, and next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. Oh. London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. And you have, what, over 15 million people coming here? Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly! The future of policing! Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly! It's extremely alarming! This is getting ridiculous. How many times are you gonna smack your cane on your hand? Numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. The heck? What do you mean stealing? Why are you stealing? Okay, what was it? Oh yeah. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Give it to me. Give it to me. Sorry. By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. What? Get me out of here. No. How fascinating. This is going to be the next 3 hours. It all began 15 years ago. I was... Oh god, Bruno! No, don't go into the light! And that, more or less, sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Oh, right. Yes, that's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now. I love how he just casually just lets her do that. Because, I mean, this is his office. Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful? I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Where's the freaking... Give this to me. Don't mind the front paper. We're not talking about that right now. A skeleton captures bumbling burglar. You're stealing. Oh yeah, no, so Lord Von Zeke's got attacked. But more importantly, lost cat in the papers. Paper attacked. The kingpins of the criminal underworld generally managing to escape conviction in the Reaper's trials. And this isn't the first time their henchmen have tried to attack Lord Von Zeeks as a result by the sounds of it. Makes you think, if that's how the justice system works in London, then there must be dark forces at work. Suspicious. Big suspicious. Alright, let's converse. Tell me, I need permission to do my freaking job. Give me my badge back, even though I have it. Give me my right to defend, for God's sake. I actually came here today to ask you for permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in the court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what's happened, but the thing is, I maybe understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, now we're cooked, chat. Yes? Here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you're a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. This was his calling. No, don't bring the music back! He haunts the narrative just like Mia Fey. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Usogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged, what do you suppose it really was? What do you mean? Mission? It's not making any sense. Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Hey, I got my job back! What the? Thank you so much. Wait, what's going on here? No, no, no. I just looked at the Discord chat. No. Thank you so much. That's wonderful news, Runo. In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope. Of course, please, tell me more. You described it as a curious affair. Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident on the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh, no. Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think. Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with a click of the fingers. That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need. A dash of devil-may-care. Whatever this serious accident was actually, it clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Asman, an investor and well-known figure in society. A large explosion. A man died? The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow on the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder. I feel out of my depth before I've even started. Still. We should go to the prison straight away then and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think? Definitely. Ah yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with your mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Oh, with Lord Von Zeeks? How? What's this? No! Fortunately, Lord Von Zeeks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible! They were armed with guns! Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? It's related to events that occurred a month ago. The leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Von Zeeks. But the man was acquitted. I have no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchmen certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman. Oh, Mr. Odie Asman. Like... Alright, gonna put you straight to the point. The man's a freaking investor. And apparently he's also a freaking criminal. I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu. Did you say Asman? That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition. Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Like, try me! Why am I just thinking of that one meme where it's like put that candy back. Like something, try me, B. Like, that's all I'm thinking of. Why do you use Lord Von Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet for the mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Von Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still. Something's clearly going on here. I have Von Zeeks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. Even though he wasn't... For 5 years, he was absent. Then only appeared once we came to the capital. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom and following his trials are nothing to do with him. But that doesn't make any sense. How can you explain why so many have died if not by someone's hand? Von Zieks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer, so he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget. To fidget? To fidget? 11 hours late? That's quite something. That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Von Zieks now? I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Harebrain's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. I'll be right back. Actually, wait. Let's move back to Shones' suite. So like there's actually some music that isn't freaking cogwheels. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. What the heck? No! Mage! No! Don't burn me! No! Enough with the arson, no! I know my name's Fire, but no. Stop with the fires. Okay, where do we? Oh, we can. I was like, wait. Can we not go to the prison? Crime. No, trip. No crime. A man has freaking died in Hyde Park, man. Frick. A man has fallen in the river like a city. Kindness. All right, let's go see Albert. Let's go see. Look at this man. Look at him. He's so pathetic. The warden said cell 11. That's this one. Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look. What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain? Oh, what voice am I gonna cook up with this guy? I'm gonna botch this. Who are you? I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a defense lawyer. A lawyer? Was it something I said? A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? Sir, you are under the charge under charge of murdering O.D. Aspen. Look at him. Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't. Yesterday's demonstration. That magnificent demonstration was. It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that, no one listens! No lawyer believes in the science when it's explained they all leave at high velocity! Now is probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while too. Wait, zeal? From pressure? Hi, Albert. You're in here for murder. Oh, fascinating, yes. In Japan, where I come from, it's a symbol of a defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find. Your words make no sense to me, but they are entirely illogical. What do you mean? Well, for example, I find this white laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there is a perfectly logical reason for that feeling. Oh, really? What is it? I purchased the wrong size by mistake. This one is too small for me. The sleeves, especially, are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists. That's what you call logical, is it? Of course, it's entirely logical! That's science, Mr. Naruhodo! How could this have happened? You must feel awful, as well as a man losing his life. The Crystal Tower was greatly damaged too. I know what happened! It must have been that! That? The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of Frankenfurters at the hotel's restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pockets. They're still there now. What? It's divine retribution for my wrongdoings. That's what it is. Give me those shillings when, like, I freaking defend you. Like, get you off scot-free, alright? For a scientist, he has some very logical anecdotes. Long and illogical. You wanna see what was on the back, Albert? Have you heard of the Reaper? Let's just, like, let's move. Let's vamos out of here. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday. The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he? Oh. Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. You could hypothetically, like in your hypothesis, you could say that that did happen. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense. The experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success. You've lost me. I saw with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Asman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, the machine exploded and Mr. Asman in fact perished. Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure. So what you're really saying is, the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct? But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder. I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once. But... murder? Never in a million years! It was an accident! Simply an accident! I see. Early and I were talking this morning, you know. He said that the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder. How exactly? Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody. On what grounds? Yes, it's nearly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation of Scientific Equipment Act. That one passed me by. But if the case is treated as a murder, then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pour over as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from at all costs. That's why it's imperative that this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial. Ah, I see now. Yeah, I see. I have no idea my mic like peaking or whatever the frick. I don't know. Actually, it like give nerd. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition showgrounds yesterday. Yes, or rather, no, the devil's in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion. Sounds the same to me. You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating. Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible, using a sufficiently high voltage to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see. That's my amazing hypothesis. Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science. Oh, but dare to imagine it! Dare to dream of such incredible technology! Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again! Well, yes, that would be incredible. And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at the Great Parisian Theatre, say! The possibilities are endless! The whole of our vast planet would be within reach! But it would come at the cost of people abusing that and then going to banks and stealing stuff. Like, it's great when you think about it. Like, I shut down this entire thing down. Like, whether it can be done or not, that's just a bad thing waiting to happen. And I mean, I technically did. So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days. I don't really see it like that. What do you mean, Nyrus? Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem that vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk. My word, that's exactly right! What are the implications? What does this mean? Starts writing on the walls. Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it. Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it would mean nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment. Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have. How old is he again? He's 33. And how about Mr. Asman? 47. Well-known financier who perished in exposure to the great experimentation stage of the Great Exhibition. Since he was also the head of a large criminal organization. That's exactly it. Yes. Hurley's always complaining about it. He always says the government should invest more in science. Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Asman. Oh, you done goofed. Albert, when I tell you, that man is no good. The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? How did you know the victim? The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. O.D. Asman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man? They were lovers. No. He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars. I see. So you hadn't really known each other till then. Money for scientific research? I'm so envious. As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel. Oh, really? An archangel! An archangel, even! He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Asman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications. But then your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion. As you see, I owed everything to Mr. Asman. Wait, I just realized he has a little thing! He has a little thing! Little hair piece at the freaking top of his head. Oh god, he's such an idiot. I would never, ever have thought of taking the man's life. Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. Do you have a Magatama to prove that fact? He could have killed that man in cold blood. Maybe I should have went to Von Zeke's first. Hey, Albert, I need to go real quick. I gotta go see the prosecutor of the case. Because of course he is. There's all the freaking wine glasses. I'm gonna break all of them. I'm gonna steal them. Who wants to steal, like, Zeke's freaking case of wine glass? And wine bottles. Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office. Yes, it appears so. It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere. Oh, is that... That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. What are you doing here? Oh! Oh god, it's the freaking vampire. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well. I am. So, who's the person over there by the wall being punished for something or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. That's my apprentice. He's sitting there for his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. He's very able in combat. A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself, assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms. Ominous man, ominous man. Everywhere he goes, he's aura farming. I'm gonna take a look at your room, because this is cool. Lord Von Zeke's desk. Look, it's so stylish. And that's a marble chess set beside it. Chess. That's the Western version of Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems. Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case. I'd love to challenge Lord Von Zeke sometime. 2 bouts of shogi problems. If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own at home. Look at that fine collection of hollowed chalices and bottles neatly lined up there. My hollowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. And I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world. You really have a lot of money to burn. And yet you throw them around in the court like they're worthless. Yes, because this imbecile is unimaginably and repeatedly wide of the mark sometimes. Oh. Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile. So, it's my fault. Silly me, how could I ever have thought otherwise? How could I have, like, thoughts about, like, the poor people that made those chalices for you, and then you proceed to freaking chuck them around like they're nothing. Look! It's a scale model of the Great Exhibition Showground! That's amazing. I wonder why it's here. Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person. Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket. Surely it's obvious I'm using it as an investigative aid. You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved. I really didn't think he'd overhear that. What, you don't point out Iris? Oh. That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it? It's a very majestic outfit and pose. Sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job capturing Lord Von Zieks' facial features. Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness, I think. That reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive than when they painted him. How vain. That's really not an attractive quality in the person, is it? That portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious. Oh, then who is it? Oh, mysterious, aren't we? Guys, there's a bat in here. Why the frick do you get? Okay. He is a vampire. Don't mind the guy in the corner, though. Bat. Oh! There were bats! Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect. But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar, not just the flying kind. He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper, then. I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary, though, either way. Oh. Look at all those ancient casks lining the wall there. Casks in the Reaper's chamber? Or are they caskets? Oh no! Merry Christmas, guys, and a Happy New Year! You don't think all those people who escape conviction in court are lying inside them dead, do you? The way she slowly turns her... Holy frick. What ridiculous notions are going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up. Bruno and I were just musing up to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper. I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourselves into my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. Holy frick, they're caskets. Nope. Nope. I saw a thing where it was blue and there was no check mark. Nah, they're definitely caskets, man. What? It really looks like a punishment to me. I've never seen someone sitting like that before. He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead? If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he? Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's going to talk to us. He's not dead! Speak to me, man! Hunk? Alright, let's talk to the Reaper. Hey, you wanna see my badge? I know you've seen this around my arm before, but... what is it exactly? It's the mark of a defense lawyer. In Japan, at least. And what's your reason for showing it to a British prosecutor? Oh, well, I don't know, really. I can understand, at least. There's merit in reminding yourself of who helped you become what you are today. Oh. But that's a personal matter. Something you may want to keep close at all times. Not something to flaunt. No, I suppose not. Thank you for understanding, though. The one person that respects it! At least for the most part. I'll take it. Lord Van Zieks, about the article in this paper. Yes, it seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me. It looks as though I was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though. Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them. But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it? As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him. Like, I don't know why you want to know about my apprentice, but sure, go ahead. You're already intruding into my office, so frick it. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack. True, carried out by a henchman of O.D. Asmon's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably some hoped to kill me before that happened. O.D. Asmon. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhanded means, via his criminal activities. And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper. But the man's got his competence in the end. Computance, whatever. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was the most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was a super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Asmon died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you? Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. This man really is the fabled Reaper, and he has to be innocent of this particular death at least. So it was Albert. We got it. We figured it out. Case over. It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Bruno? I mean, what with you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow? What? You're going to be defending him? Oh, yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert Harebrain. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together. Oh, this gotta hurt. What? Your contemporary? I understood that Professor Harebrain was from Germany, though. Harebrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research. That's all. So you were students together. I was in the faculty of law, of course, and he in science. So our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. That's crazy, man. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you, of all people, representing him. What'd you expect? Only if I make it out of this office alive, he's going to kill us! He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know, because the prosecution will be handled by me. By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why would you do this? If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed. Albert's gonna die! No! What's Lord Von Ziek's thinking? Holy frick, Albert's gonna frickin' die. What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean... I'm a crown prosecutor and immortal like any other. I'm no demigod. But they've all died, haven't they? The people you prosecute, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal. Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them. But that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all. Nor was Ginny, in fact. She's ever so hardworking now. I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. That is not my work. Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way. But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true. The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh, it would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. Do you mean to say... I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves as a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor. It's putting you in danger! You could be killed! If that's my fate, let God decide. Lord Von Zieks. He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose. Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Runo. I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective. He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask. On Lord Strongheart's orders, nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity. Huh? But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions. I hope you're right. Now that's a demon! Ah! Hey, yo. I'm scared. I'm gonna see the The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate with all the briefs. He's scary. Nice to meet you. Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet, somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice, anyway? Oh no, I mean... Sorry, I didn't mean to. The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture... It couldn't be. Gaslight, 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 gaslight. Cope, seethe. Ah, yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Oh, what's that? That Nipponese man. Is he faring well? Sorry? The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago. With the stoop and the mustache. The jitters. Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean? I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo. He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's a little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you spend it investigating the case. Yes, thank you for the advice. And for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Saseki-san. After a Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried. I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? Crazy how that happens. That's a turn up for the books. A mad scientist? You mean Professor Hairbrain? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Monsix, I think. I didn't mean to do that. No. What the? With your relationship. Raises an eyebrow. like this. Can I look? Can I? Speak to me, you punk! No, I don't, no. Alright, roll on out. Albert, what is your relationship with the Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper's varsity years. I understand Lord Von Zieks is a friend of yours from your university days. Yes, that's right. He was studying law. So he was studying law whilst I was studying science. What was he like back then? Good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, and all around nice fellow, really. We talking about the same guy, huh? Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor, Barak Von Zieks. What was he like when he was at university? Talk about a leading question, Bruno. As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is the little darling of the fantasy. Why did you have to word it like that? After all, he is the little darling of the Von Zieks family with all its great aristocratic origins. I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood. Little darling! Well, I'm just thinking of the stupid, like, animal crackers in my soup. It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less. Yes, that's right. I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation. Really? What sort of event? Oh. I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I was in the country at the time. I was in Germany already. Oh, yes, of course. He heard all about the Reaper. I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Von Zieks will be the prosecutor in the court tomorrow. Albert's dead. He's dead meat. So, Professor, let me just make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who is in fact the sole investor in your work. Is that correct? As correct as 2 squared is 4. I swear it! Yes, it's true that the man perished in the machine of my invention, so I know that I'm far from blameless in all this. But still, I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life. Not in a centillion years. That's a lot. I'm a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? It's like on his hands and knees begging. Science is the purest. Purest? It's the pursuit of truth, you know? I've always believed that, all of my life. I'm afraid I don't know much about science, or your theories, but I do believe you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything. Thank you for that, Professor. And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court. Alright, Bruno, it's time. Time to visit the great exhibition. Sorry. Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it? Yes, I suppose that's true. Time to investigate at last. Don't worry, Mr. Hairbrain, your life is in our hands. You're in great hands here, man. Poor Professor Bunnybrain, don't worry, we'll come to your rescue. Aww. This room is so dark. Mr. Reaper's eyesight will suffer terribly if he's not careful. She's like whispering the Iris. Oh, he's so cooked. The Shogans are a little too big for my liking. We've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I felt myself swooning 3 times. There are lots of people, aren't there? I've almost been trodden on 3 times too. Be careful, won't you, Iris? Don't let go of my hand. I finally made it through the throngs, though, by the looks of it. Here we are, underneath the public experimentation stage where the explosion happened yesterday. What's that? I can hear voices from up on the stage. Sounds like an argument. Right, I've had with you this time. I'm warning you, I'll arrest you in a minute. I'd like to see you try. Oh yeah? Go on, Inspector. Give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence and you know it. No, this is the, like, I ain't buying you, like, put that candy back. Like, this is what that is. Wait, I know those voices. You've got a cheeky little mouth on you, young lady, but in the night cells with you will teach you some manners. Just try it, I dare ya, if you want that big old chips to ram down your throat. Yoo-hoo, Grexy, what are you doing up there? It's you! Here! You're here! Here you are! You're here! Your ladyship! How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship. Does that make her 3 times a lady? I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in the balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue. Unbelievable! I'll go and have a word for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you. Oh god. Tobias Gregson, Inspector of Scotland Yard. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it would appear he's back in action now. He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And for that reason, you can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be. Watch it, sunshine! Sorry. Hi, cholesterol man. What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case. Yes, I'm acting for the defense. So we're here to investigate. Dear me, that's the situation, is it? Is it really that troubling? A measly 5 bob? Is that all you got? You're a lawyer, ain't ya? You could stand to carry a bit more copper around your pockets, Mr. Naruto. What? Hey, that's my last bit of spending money, that is. You can't have it back, but I'll have your change. I'll have to charge you for all the bother. 3 bob. This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket or diver born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago. This is the young girl I was defending in court. What's your problem, Odo? Diver? Pickpocket? What's with all the name calling? You want a bag of chips run down your throat and all, do ya? I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assumed you've been up to your usual tricks here at the showground. That ain't no way to talk to a lady, Odo. I've been here a long time. People can change. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective. She's a detective! Let's go! Step 1 up for Gina. So you'll have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now. Respector. Inspector? That badge is homemade, surely. The inspector part isn't entirely accurate. No one calls her that. For what it's worth anyway. Investigating is off the cards for all of us. Oh god. What's that supposed to mean? Right, well, I'll be back up top. You hold the fort down here, alright? Right, sir. This raises a lot of questions. Yeah, Gina! Okay, I've hired this girl to stare at you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Need to go check on the thing. Ba, 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 ba. Gina is now a detective, or a detective in training. She has grown so much in the past 6 months. Hey, no. Present. Look at my badge. No, frick off. Look at my badge. This armband is proof, in Japan at least, that I'm a defense lawyer. And this badge is proof that I'm a detective. So you're all gonna have to start calling me Inspector Lestrade. Inspector Lestrade. In that case, you have to start calling me, well, anything but Odo. I could call you Defender now, Odo, if you like. But it don't really trip off the tongue. No, it doesn't have a great ring to it, does it? Gina, would you take a look at... Oh, where did it go? Looking for this, Odo? When did she do that? I wonder if you got anything else to show me, eh? What you got? What you reckon? Give that back first, please. That's my freaking evidence. Gina! It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with a case I was working on. At the time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder. I had lots of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The Davin weren't working out. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done. So you went from being a pickpocket to a detective. You got it. Good, innit? And Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like something out of a book, eh? Gina, don't go breaking the fourth wall on me. There's actually a character in like the Sherlock Holmes books named Inspector Lestrade. Gina, I think, not Gina Lestrade, but they have the last name Lestrade, I think. Talk about a seat change. And then there's Iris's old man to think about. Iris's father, you mean? Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world to pull out all the stops looking for him. Just a small promise then, nothing serious. Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet. So anyway, that's how I come and I got to the rest of this. Go at the test for Scotland Yard. Only trouble is, I don't read so well, do I? Just a small problem, nothing serious. And that's when Hurley approached Gregsy and asked for help. So the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and made her a sort of apprentice. That was a very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson, and brave. Well, you know Hurley. He enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants. A great detective likes digging for dirt, in other words. So the long and short of it is, you've got questions about the case? You can ask Inspector Lestrade. Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there? Oh, what, Bruno, what? Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper. A trial in which she was found not guilty. And yet, here she is still. Come on, you're not selling about that, are ya? The Legend of the Reaper or whatever it's called. Cool, you don't have to worry, although. If I didn't have to worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left. It's like I told you before, isn't it? The Reaper's kinda like him upstairs, so he knows what I'm like on the inside. I ain't really done nothing wrong. Holy freak, Zeke's is God? Nothing wrong might be stretching a point. What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He's perfectly fine, isn't he? Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought. Exactly, so I ain't worried. I'm totally fine. I love her music so much. Cool, it was out of this world, it was. The brainy bloke pulled a bunch of levers on his machine and suddenly it started blowing smoke. Then it just went pop. I ain't seen a better experiment here yet. Sorry? You mean you saw it, Ginny? With your own eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smooth, I mean. The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's going to take some getting used to. So all I have to say is that I'm on duty, and I can do whatever I want to. Get this, I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from above. No, you're so lucky, Ginny. Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too. Yeah, do it. You know how to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You have no trouble at all. Let her be the inspector, top boss of the freaking Scotland Yard. And it's settled. When do I start? No, you can't join Scotland Yard, Iris. We'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was a success? Oh, right. Well, it was a success. In a way. It was. How can it have been? Surely after the whole machine blew up, no one could have called the experiment a success. It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a load of smoke and that whopping great bang. But where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the crystal tower over there. What? In the tower? You can see for yourself, can't ya? Up there above the scaffold. Oh, where all the glass is broken, you mean? Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with really did get beamed through the air or whatever and then all the way over there. So you see, it did kind of work, didn't it? What? I don't believe it! I mean, I don't get the ins and outs of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Oh, I tell you what, you can have this. It's a plan of the experiment they drew up at the yard. Are you sure? Yeah, go on. I had the free bob off you before, so it's fair. So fair's fair. Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, did I? Give that to me. So, what? I'm assuming. So, like, what happened here is like, Cage was here, whole thing freaking went kablooey, and it somehow ended up in the Crystal Tower. Okay. Got it. So, about the investigation. Something Inspector Gregson said before seemed a little strange. For what it's worth anyway. Investigating is off the cards for all of us. Yes, naughty old Grexy ran off after that without explaining himself. Alright, that. The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine what blew up yesterday. Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant. In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigation? Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate neither. Why? What did the boss call him again? The forensic investigation team, I think? Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, innit? So even Scotland Yard's own detectives can't investigate. Yes, I've never heard something like that before. I thought I'd have a gander on the quiet though, but the boss caught me at it. You probably heard him giving me an earful about it before from down here, didn't ya? It's not bleeding fair. I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it. Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what makes him so stubborn. His blood pressure's rising because of all the chips. Sometimes I think it's all them chips what make him so stubborn. You say something to him, Modo. Go on, see if you can get through to him. He's up on the platform above us, is he? Where the machine that exploded is. We can try, can't we, Bruno? Craigsy will listen to us. Okay. First off, oh look, what's this? A ripped piece of cloth. It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. Looks very extremely durable. It's canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well. Maybe that means it had something to do with the explosion. Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn. You see nothing, Gina. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot. Look, almost as if there was a fire here or something. Yes, if you look closely, there's some scattered ash and burnt embers too. Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid as a small fire like this would have happened. I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, Bruno. It looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here. Dropped? Or hid? What is this? Some part of the machine that exploded? Maybe it could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps. What's going on here? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this, just in case. The Crystal Tower. It's certainly an apt name. It was built to be the focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is. Being so tall and with all that glass. I can't imagine a building like this ever being erected in Japan. There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum. We mean there's a freaking zoo! I wanna go! But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to get through the doors. Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw. And thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut. Suddenly it's not the crystal tower anymore, but the crystal glass shower. Apparently, everyone's taken to the skies now to look down the disaster area from above instead. But there's a 3-hour queue to go up in the balloon now. Londoners must be very patient people. What was it? There's like over what, 15 million people here? Not in London, just people visiting this place. This got pinged. What the fudge? Oh, nice Assassin's Creed collab! No! No! What do you mean? Mysterious apprentice for Assassin's Creed. What? No. I'm so sorry. They got me. No. This. I need to breathe. Oh my god. Okay. This platform must have been set up for the experiment, I suppose. It's very high up. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. No. About 30 feet. About 30 feet above the ground, apparently. That's what a policeman I just spoke to said. I don't really understand feet very well. We don't use them in Japan. Oh yes, sorry. It's about 9 meters. But soon you'll have been in London for a year, Runo. It's time you get used to our measurements. Yes, well, this thing is so tall. The spectators at the front would just have seen a wall and nothing else. They probably thought they'd secured the best spot to watch from, only to be disappointed. There's a saying in Japan, the darkest spots is right under the lighthouse. I feel like it probably applies here. Okay, oh wait. Nice Assassin's Creed collab. Oh my god. I've been meaning to ask you for a while now, but what are those funny round blobs floating in the sky? Oh, they're the flying balloons I've been talking about. I want to go up in one so much. I've read about situations like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. Creatures from outer space coming around flying objects to attack Earth. Ah, frick, no, he's one of those people. What? I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in a great exhibition. This is it, Iris. It's happening. Oh no. It's not. Don't worry. I'll explain it all to you later over a nice cup of tea, Runo. He believes in aliens. Oh no. Get your tinfoil hats, man. The Crystal Tower. It's certainly an... Oh, wait. It's built to be a focal point. Oh no, I done goofed. I was trying to look at the officers. That's what the cove ended up after his instant kinesis, or whatever they call it, dead of course. And yet they're calling the experiment a success. What's the wooden scaffold there for? The coppers, our lads, set that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know, really. Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then? Nah, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibitions and keeping a lookout for the fun stuff. Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that, or he'll give you the boot. Oh, she could care less. He'll fight him, like, for God knows how long. It's incredible though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? Anything's possible. Let me look at this strange thing. It looks like layers of thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. I've never seen anything like it before, but applying Mr. Sholmes' methods, you might deduce it was part of a raincoat worn by someone who really, really didn't want to get wet. And the charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning. Maybe not. I mean, you're thinking like him. Oh, wait. Ah, there's some sort of lever here. What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. And here, ladies and gentlemen, a crossbow. This groove here must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. So I was right, it's sort of a bow with an automatic firing mechanism. This would be perfect for someone like me who catches his ear with the bowstring 2 times out of 3. In fact, if I had one of these, maybe I could have beaten Kazuma in Kyoto archery training. That's not skill though. I mean, you have to freaking aim, but like still. Kazuma would be very disappointed if he just pulled out a freaking crossbow in the middle of a Kyoto match, man. Wait, what? Looks like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. In fact, I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than a Japanese longbow. I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this at the exhibition grounds. There was some... Oh wait, is that it? Oi. Oh, okay, that was it. Okay. Who the frick had this sucker? Hey, Gina, you want this? Gina, would you take a look at... Oh. You took my freaking bow! Okay. So what I have to do is I have to go up the I have to click on this and go up the freaking stairs. The stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted. Let's talk. Ooh. So that's it, is it? My god. The machine that blew up. Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion. And I've seen my fair share. You've seen things like this before, you mean? Of course, Hurley's always doing experiments that end in a bang. In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry. Ah, that might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting up the stairs. One time he made something that exploded with such force it took the roof off the building. That... I wish you'd been there to see it, Bruno. It's hard to get too excited about that, given that I now live in the roof. Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate. As much as we're allowed to. Look, Inspector Gregson's over there. Gregson's like, God blimey, what the frick is this? Like, am I, like, 15 years of, like, being in the workforce? This is something I've never thought I'd see. Actually, probably, like, 20. How old is Gregson? God dang. I don't know how long he's been in the force. Okay, I'm gonna say 20 years, at least. Oh wait, we have the apprentice as a freaking look, masked man. An apprentice of Lord Von Zeeks whose face is always covered by a mask. He has the air of a completely unassailable man. Ah yes, we love mysterious men. Core blimey, like this sucks. He seems to be deep in thought about something, whilst eyeing up the machine carefully. Really? He just looks confused to me. Sorry, I have to vibe to this because, good music. Also, what the frick is going on? There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition Grounds, aren't there? I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time. Oh, in your country, Bruno. I do wish I could go and see it. I present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories I'd written especially. And see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against some Bartitsu master ninjas. You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think. Oh, well that's dull. Oh, but I do know a prosecutor with a Chong mage top knot I could introduce you to. A Chong mage, really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him, do you? I don't think you want that. Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes. Oh, he doesn't know of like the trim he had to give for like cutting off his top knot. He is forever bald. Partially. It ripped itself apart magnificently, didn't it? Magnificently and mercilessly. So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air. Yes, beamed. Not blasted, that's the point. Yes, that's part's crucial, really. Is something like that even possible though, Iris? Oh, Bruno, I'm just a child. How should I know? You're... It's like crashing out, girl. A child when it suits you, you mean? From what I can tell, I think if you were to pull this lever here... Stop! Don't touch that! That was practically instantaneous kinesis the way you flew over just now, Grexy. He just appeared out of nowhere. Please, your ladyship, I didn't mean to startle you, but I can't let you touch anything up here. Oh, sorry, you can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it. Ah, great, Iris, you poisoned it. Wonderful, this stuff really is wonderful. It's just like old times, this is. It's only been 6 months since I had to deal with this. We're representing Professor Hairbrain in court tomorrow, Inspector, so we should be allowed to examine the scene. Ha! Listen, Sunshine, even though I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's that blasted Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act to blame. It's driving me potty. Oh yes, that Special Dispensation. The professor mentioned that too. More red tape's all we need. I don't know what the government's thinking it's playing at times. But we're allowed to just look, aren't we? Surely that's alright, isn't it, Grexy? Of course, your ladyship. Anything you say, your ladyship, but please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you? Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Renault? She really knows how to get what she wants. Alright, let me go investigate then. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me look at Twitter for a second. I just saw a thing. What in God's name? Okay. Let me look. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Hairbrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. Touch anything, I'll make sure I'll kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear? I like to see you try. Oh, that screenshot I took. Oh, since Shom's isn't here, Shom's jump scare. I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please, a spare thought for your digestion. I swear to God. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? He asked, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, Sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't, can we? Because of the annoying rules, you mean? Exactly! The annoying, obstructive, flamin' rules! Oh, look at the base of the machine there. Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh. It's a screwdriver, I think. Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle's in the shape of a capital letter A. It is. Oh yes, you're right. What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything, I said. Touch anything, I'll make sure I'll kill you before I get strung up myself, I said. I could care less. I released government secrets once. What's more? What's more, me just like freaking touching evidence and touching the crime scene. Yes, yes, I understand. Sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit. But Grexy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really very, very curious. Of course, your ladyship, you're so clever, your ladyships. Fancy spotting something like this. Give this to me. I'm afraid I can't let you have it. But Bruno found it first. I assure you, I'll investigate it thoroughly. He's gone off with it. That was very mean, I'm afraid. Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now. Poor Gregsy. Gregsy getting the freaking boot. What is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel. Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you can see. Why? Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery. Wait, it's turning, but looks completely still. Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about half an hour. If you were mad enough to go in one, it would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think? I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Bruno. So, Bruno, what you're saying is you want to ride a contraption that's going fast, instead of a hot air balloon. That amazing horn-shaped device is pointing towards the crystal tower. Suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they're shot out of that thing to wherever they're going. I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Bruno. It was set up to beam people to the crystal tower where they'd be reconstructed in their original form. Well, I don't like the look of it. If it wasn't as amazing as it looks, the accident wouldn't have happened in the first place, of course. I suppose that's true, yes. But nothing's ever goes according to plan, does it? Nope. So those are people carrying balloons, dangling silently in the skies over London. I always thought the day would come when humans would discover how to fly. But I never imagined it would involve them being suspended from colorful floating Temerai handballs. I'm sure it must feel amazing being up there amongst the clouds. Let's take a ride together, Bruno, please. If I'm being perfectly honest, I would like to try it. But without a cast iron guarantee that the thing won't plummet to the ground, I'm too scared. Oh well, in that case, I should tell you that what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground, as long as it doesn't explode. Yes, call me crazy, but I think that exploding part might play on my mind a little. Okay. Nothing. Now. Oh, I forgot Gregson's still technically here, because we have to talk to him. Using high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body and then beam him across the crystal tower. It's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public. True, it's by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition, mind. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean. The government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. So no use in just like throwing all that stuff away. Let's just do it. Frick it. They're more worried about being ahead of the game than the odd spot of public safety infringements. If they can be the first to develop some new technology, it makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see. Yes, I suppose that's true, in a way. So the powers that they're placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment. What sort of rights? They're making it so that any theories the brains have remain in their legal property, as it were, right through development into a practical idea and even go into production. Which is the infuriating reason, as coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene, because the new high-flaunting Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it. Ah, I see now. The only people with permission to investigate here are from the some brand new department at the yard. The Forensic Investigation Team, it's called. We've been relegated to keeping guard. The Forensic Investigation Team. Any old fool can see that this heap of scrap metal was a sham to begin with. Just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it. Poor Grexy, he's very heat up, isn't he? Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? Are you having me at it, Sunshine? It's the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Yes, I think Hurley mentioned that recently, with a real twinkle in his eyes, as I remember. I'm sure he did, your ladyship, I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this great exhibition, it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some suit to the civil service. And if it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. What does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me, put forward by shammers like yourself. Thanks for that. Oh, I love how absurd some of the new inventions here are. It's all so fun. It might be fun to you, but remember the Force has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine hang science, that's what I say. Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job. You'd soon think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions. If they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point. Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly. Sorry. Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas, if any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. The scientists get funding. Exactly. That's what they're all after. All these shammers coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who has to keep them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, that's who. So you can see why I say it now, can't ya? Hang science! Hang it! Maybe I can see your point. Yeah, we need... The fact that, like, they're just letting anything, like, in, if it has, like, the potentiality of being a hypothesis or scientifically, like, you say it's a hypothesis, you say it's a scientific proof and whatnot, and they just kind of let it. And what if they, oh god, what if they do pass and it's like they get freaking funding for it? Okay, tell me about Professor Hairbrain. Apparently Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now conducting his research. That's right, came back to Brain especially for the Great Exhibition as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. Turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Von Zeeks. Hey, what's that? That's news to me. But Von Zeeks demands the prosecution, then as the accused, the professor's fate is... Even Gregson's like, oh god, he's cooked. Sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or another. Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking of Von Zeeks, this morning's paper ran the story of him being attacked. Read that? Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper's completely fine. Nothing to worry about. Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still the Reaper, huh? How long's that business gonna keep up, I wonder? Oh wait, Gregson. My badge. This is the symbol of defense lawyer where I come from, Inspector. Well, it doesn't pass muster here in London. You might as well chuck in the deep fat fryer. No, don't eat my badge! No one's ever said that to me before. Mr. Shum suggests I feed it to a dog, though. If you fry it first, you can feed it to me. You can feed it to me! No! Does he think it's made of potato? You're not eating my freaking... I'm putting this in quotes. That badge is staying with me, frick you. I think it's made of potato. Newspaper? Wanna see this? You probably already seen it, but we just talked about it. Whatever. No, frick! I don't care! Inspector, have you read this paper? Yeah, two unwelcome blasts back to back. This one at the exhibition, the Reaper getting attacked. I know, terrible news to wake up to, wasn't it? I tried to pretend I hadn't read it and turned over for another 40 winks. Thanks to that, I was laid up and got roasted from the super. Some mornings are like that, aren't they? Even Gregson was worried. As a detective, what do you make of this? Personally speaking, 9 times out of 10 I find clues turn up to be red herrings. So is there a chance that's totally irrelevant? That's actually a fairly persuasive argument. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend this toothpaste. Don't eat my freaking badge. The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman, he was another of the Reaper's victims. Or so I heard. Lord Beric von Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor. But even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected von Zeeks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Although the man himself denies that charge. Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we reached is that Lord von Zeeks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. Or even inside the courtroom, because of that one case. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would. If that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't just have coincidentally died if nobody killed them. I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper. Professor Harebrain mentioned something else. He said that at university, Lord von Zeeks is a totally different person. Easygoing and kind. He what? He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was? No clue. Really? Look, I've got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh? Right. Are you done here, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? Isn't it about time you were leaving? Or rather, it is about time you were leaving. That lot are here now. That's lot? The forensic investigation team. They'll be giving me the heave-ho in a minute, too. Oh dear, poor Grexy. Here, have another cup of my special blend to cheer you up. I hit the spot. Yep, it hits every time. Well, at least I've seen the scene with my own eyes. Looks like this is as far as we're going to get with our investigations here, at least. I've been... my god. I've been thinking... Hurley might know something, mightn't he? About what? About Mr. Reaper. About what happened to Lord von Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Look, if no one's gonna fess up, like, he better, swear to God. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea what to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he? Here, this is what you need. What's this? Some kind of entrance ticket. Madame Tussbells. Is this supposed to mean something to me? You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like. No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow. But that's where Hurley is. What? At this popular London attraction? Yes. How is it that you know where he is? Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Bruno. Madame Tussbells. I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then... stranger things have happened. And when they happened, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. We are no closer to trying to figure out what the frick is going on in this case. Okay, let's move. Move on out. Actually, no. I have to, like, go back here. Look at him standing there. Lord Von Zeeks. I think he's ignoring you, Bruno. The prosecution defense should avoid speaking outside the courtroom as a rule. So if anyone is being rude here, it's most certainly the man in black here standing before us. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for setting the record straight. Did you see that? He spoke to me, Bruno. So, Lord Von Zeeks, have you managed to visit the Great Exhibition yet? He's definitely ignoring you. Right, no necessities either then. He's just standing there, menacingly. Oh dear freaking god, do we go to Madame Test Spells? Actually, I think this is where oh wait. Hi Gina. Do I have anything? No. I've been streaming for about 3 hours now. I think I will be ending it here. Thank you to everyone who's been watching, and next stream will either be, maybe I'll stream later tonight since like it's only like 3 o'clock now. I might stream later, so maybe I could stream this later tonight. Or Silk, I don't know. We'll just have to see either tonight, tomorrow, whenever. But I don't have a consistent schedule, so deal with it. But I do hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I shall see y'all next time for whenever I do this. I should save first before... I shall see y'all whenever I do this next time. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye!